I just bought a 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee TRACKHAWK. It was totaled out for water damage and sold at the Copart lot in Hartford, Connecticut from some recent flooding off the coast of New Haven, Connecticut. I ended up winning the auction with a final bid price of $35,000. And I bid on the car for a couple reasons. First of all, it was a ride and drive car, which on flood damage, that's essential, has to be a ride and drive. Second one is it doesn't have much body damage on it. It really looks like it's in pretty good shape. And the third reason, it's only got 58,000 miles on it. For 2018, that's really low miles. There are gonna be some issues with this car, undoubtedly, like all flood cars, but will I be able to get it back on the road without breaking the bank? Stay tuned to the end of the video to find out.
So the TRACKHAWK finally arrived. I have been looking forward to this. It's a TRACKHAWK. This is gonna be a fun car. We just unloaded it off the carrier, got it started, pulled it around here. So let's do our initial intake on it. Obviously the suspension is sitting on the ground. These cars have a air pump, that compressor that pumps up airbags, and that's what the suspension is. I suspect strongly the air pump got wet and it doesn't work anymore. Then the thing slowly lost its air pressure over time, sitting at the auction, and now it's sitting on the ground. So almost definitely we'll have to put an air pump in it. First thing I noticed right here on the side of the car is it's been damaged. This door's been damaged. Such a shame. Such a nice car. I hate to see that. We will have to fix that door, which means we'll have to buy these badges because we'll have to take the badges off, fix the door, put new badges on it. I don't know what's going on back here. Such a nice car. Somebody has painted it with a rattle can. Can you believe that? Who would do that to a TRACKHAWK? I suspect whoever stole it probably did that for some reason. I don't know, because they didn't even tape it off. They got paint on the reflector lenses. Who knows what's going on there? So the back bumper's going to have to come off and get some paint work done to it. The other thing that of course you notice is that there's no carpet. That's common with flood cars, that the insurance company will send it to a dealer to have it initially assessed. The dealer will take the carpet out of it to see what all got water damage done on it. So that doesn't surprise me at all. The million-dollar question is, do we have the carpet? They didn't have any pictures of the back, so I am curious. I want to look back there right now. Since this car came out of Connecticut, I didn't get to personally see it. I'm looking in the door jambs. That's a really good place to typically find a water line. I don't see anything there. I don't see anything in this door jamb. Something else that's really surprising is I don't see any water down inside of the floorboards. There would be like residue left over, or there would be mud, and I don't see any signs of that in here. So very encouraging. These two computers that are sitting in here, you got a body computer and a seat computer. They're both in nice shape. So that's encouraging. Let's check the back of this thing. Hopefully we got some carpet. Tell me we've got some parts back here. Look at that. So some engine parts. Looks like carpet right here. What is that? Ah, ha, ha, ha. We got the carpet. Yeah. This is a spare tire cover. We got a set of floor mats. The B-pillar cover. This is the panel that goes at the bottom of the B-pillar. All stuff that makes sense when you go taking the car apart to do the inspection by the insurance company. That all makes sense. They were nice enough to put the parts in the car. Let's see what it sounds like. The guys started it up to get it off the carrier. So let's see what we got here. Oh yeah. 58,000 miles on it. I don't even have a check engine light. Wow. Does have an airbag message. Oh, let's look at this bad boy. We got the red TRACKHAWK key. Oh, there she is, that supercharger. What a thing of beauty. It is the supercharged engine, obviously. This pulley looks a lot smaller. It's not the same color. I'll have to turn the car off, but I suspect strongly that somebody's got a smaller pulley on there, which they do to increase the RPMs of the supercharger, which gives you more boost. These braided fuel lines, it's got a braided fuel line coming up to a 4 fuel rail. That's an aftermarket fuel rail. You only do that when you're putting oversized injectors in it. Yep, it has aftermarket fuel injectors in it as well. So somebody spent some money on this engine. I'll bet this thing's putting out a lot of power. It's gonna be fun to drive. All right, we got the TRACKHAWK in the building and we're starting to diag this thing, tear it down, and see what we're really looking at. So far, it looks pretty good. Michael's started to take the interior out of it. We really want to get the car sitting upright just so we can drive it around and move it. We found a chassis control module right here that's up underneath the driver's carpet. That module's got power going into it, but it does not have power going out. It should have 6 leads coming out. It's only got 1. So we're going to replace that for sure. And then it's just a matter of getting the rest of the seats out of it, getting the carpet out. You can see we're already starting to tear it down. It doesn't look like any water got in the back part of the car at all. So that's really encouraging. So let's just start tearing it down and see what we find. We've got the TRACKHAWK back in the building. Now that we've got the interior done, we've got it on the lift, and we're starting to go through it and trying to figure out what's going on with this car. And what a wild story this thing must have had. It looks like what they were actually doing is kicking fireballs out the back of this car. If you see all this smoke back here and all this fire damage, this thing remember, it's got the bigger injectors, it's got the bigger fuel rails, it's got the E85 system. They were running fireballs out the back of this car, and it's all melted. It's, you know, the paint is literally, the plastic's melted. Look at this, it's all coming off. It's even turned it brown all the way up on the bumper. This plastic piece here, see how it's all wavy and melted? The bumper is peeling up here and melted. This has all been melted and the plastic's just coming off of it. The trailer plug is melted. They also just have been burning up the rear tires on this thing. I've seen some smoked up tires, and these are some of the worst I've ever seen in my life. They have heated them up and melted them to the point that the rubber was just rolling off of them. And look what it was doing to the wheel liners and bumper. This is all chunks of rubber here. See this? That's all rubber that used to be on the tires. That's now on the muffler, on the rear bumper. And look at the wheel liner. This is all from doing massive burnouts on it. And remember, this is a water car. This is not a theft car. So this is somebody doing this to their own car. All of this, all burned out. And the other side's just as bad. The person definitely didn't take much pride in their car, just burning up and melting it. I don't get it, but hey, it's fun. We're gonna put new wheel liners in it. We're gonna have to replace some of the moldings on the back of the car, repaint all the back of the car. The rest of it looks pretty good. The oil had some moisture in it. It didn't look like it had water in it, but it did have some moisture in it. We've changed the oil twice and it's looking good now, so we'll put some miles on it and then check it again and make sure it's still good. Otherwise, the front tires are fine. He's gonna do some brakes on it. Overall, kind of a surprise, but stuff we'll figure out and we'll get moving on. The TRACKHAWK ended up needing front and rear brakes, which normally is not a big deal, but this is a TRACKHAWK. From the dealer, they're $1,600 a rotor. Our friends at EBC Brakes hooked us up with a set of racing rotors that we got at a little better price, and they're higher quality rotors. But front and rear brakes going on this, gonna have a little over $2,000 just in parts. Couple more projects we're getting done. Our friends at Strutmasters got us a whole new suspension kit for this car. Really excited about this. The TRACKHAWKs are notorious for having problems with their air rides, so we're just getting rid of that entire system, going with a whole new set of springs, new set of shocks, got a computer module to upgrade the electronics in it, so it's a great system. Looking forward to get that installed. Plus, we've got our new rear wheel liners that just go right up in here like that, get rid of all this burned up, crusted stuff. So moving along on the TRACKHAWK project. All right, we got the TRACKHAWK in the body shop. Got some exciting stuff going on today. I got to drive the TRACKHAWK home finally. God, it was fun. It was a great ride. I love this thing. It ran out great. Didn't have any lights come back on. Didn't have any error messages in the cluster. So I really think we've done a good job with the water damage, and everything there is done. It's taken care of. It's finished. Now comes the fun part. We are going to upgrade this car with a Solus Racing Group body kit. We're going to put wheel flares on it, rocker flares on it, really build the thing out and give it a much bigger, beefier look. We're gonna get rid of the TRACKHAWK hood, go with the Demon hood, which has got one big slit across the top. This car is gonna look fantastic when we're done. It's gonna be super cool. So a couple things that we gotta deal with. We did just get in our body kit from Solus Racing. Here's all of our wheel flares, the rocker flares, all the parts right here. So next thing we got to do is get all the old parts off of it, get the body ground down, get these fitted properly, get them put on. We've also got some other body damage that we need to deal with. Let's take a look. The driver's door has a dent in it, so we had to fix this anyway. It's a minor dent, but it's a big deal. You know, we've got to take the badges off. We got to pull the dent out, repair the dent. We're going to be blending into the fender, blending into this door. We have to blend anyway from doing the rocker body kit, so it's a good time to get that dent fixed. And then we've got the issue on the back of the car from the flames. Remember, this car is a flamethrower. We've melted the bumper. This piece right here, we're gonna have to replace. You can see how it's wavy all through here. That piece alone is about 400 bucks, but that one we can't repair. The bumper itself, this is just ABS plastic. That's no big deal. We can smooth this out, fill it, and get that repaired. So So we're gonna do all the bumper repairs at the same time that we've got it in here. And then finally, icing on the cake is this car has a flat white paint job on it. Doesn't look very nice. So since we're painting the car anyway, I'm gonna convert it to a pearl white, a deep pearl white. So we're gonna repaint the whole car once we get all the fender flares and everything on it. Look forward to seeing what this thing's gonna look like.
Oh, look at that beauty. Woo! That has got a shine to it. That was worth it. I don't care how much that paint cost. This was worth it. Look at that pearl. John, you did a good job with this one. Woo! All right, we still got the Demon hood to put on. That hasn't showed up yet. It's in transit. And you'll also notice we've got the body kit off of it because we're gonna do that separately. And we've got the rear bumper off because we're waiting for a new one that we got ordered from the dealer. So it's coming along. Next, we got to take all the tape off, start putting it together.
The Demon hood came in and we got it bolted on, and boy does it look sexy. I love this car. We went with the carbon fiber hood. It has the one continuous opening that the Demon Challengers have. No longer has the two side scoops, now one big opening to get in as much air as you can. But boy, it changes the look of that car. Very, very nice. You're gonna love the look of this car, especially when we get the wide body kit on it. We've got the kit painted. It's sitting in here, ready to get installed. We fit all the parts of the car already, got them all shaped and trued up, then we took them back off. That way we could paint all around all the different edges and get the front and back and everything. Next step is to install them back on the Jeep. We finally got our rear bumper for the TRACKHAWK. Let's see how it's going.
All right, we got it out of the crate, got it set up to prep it so we can put it on the truck. It did have a hole in it right here, just a crack actually, because it's a used bumper. So we've got some plastic welding tools here. These are your plastic rods, a little mesh, your heater. You come in from the backside, you heat up the plastic, put the mesh in, melt it. So we've repaired the crack. Next, we'll fix all the scratches and scuffs on the bumper, get it in primer, get it on the truck, and then we can do some painting. All right, we got the rear bumper, we got it all repaired, we got it in primer. The lower valance, we did end up having to reuse the original one because our used one came in with the wrong lower valance. So we had to clean it all up, get it sanded. It's already got its final coat of black on it. So the bumper's just waiting on its color coat. This is the upper trim piece that goes across the step pad. We've got it painted. Now let's take a look at the back of the car. All right, well, we've got one of the wheel flares on already, wide body kit flares. You can see how that fits on there so nice. Got the right color, looking good. Obviously, we got to get some spacers on those wheels, but when we get the Forgiatos on, that's going to totally change the look. We spent the last couple of hours, we had to go through, the wiring was too short to these park sensors. So we had to go in, we had to actually cut the wire, solder in some extensions to make the wiring long enough. So we just finished doing this side. So now we can get this flare on and have the sensor have enough length to mount up into that flare. So we're gonna get this flare on, get the rear flares once we get that bumper painted, and then we should be finished.
The guys did a great job with this wide body kit. We've got the whole thing finished. The paint's all done. We got the park sensors in here that were giving us a problem. The wide body skirts are all mounted to the side of the car. They're good and tight. Really like the look and the finish that we got on it. We got the rear bumper on, the lower valance. The car is finished. Paint's done with it. And in the meantime, the wheel doctor got our wheels finished. They are all now painted to match the car. And man, did they look sharp. We got a new set of Forgiatos for this thing. I'll tell you what, it is gonna pop on the sales lot. This is gonna be one sexy car. Love it, love it, love it. We gotta get some wheel spacers on here now that we got the wide body kit. We're gonna pull that out a little bit. But man, the whole look of this car. Next thing we're gonna do is send it off to Unique Designs to get a wrap put on the side of it. The debate we're having is now that we've got the Demon hood, do we go with the big Demon decal here on the back? Or do we stay true to the TRACKHAWK and go with the hawk with the horns on the back of the car? What do you think? We're over here at Unique Designs and Wraps in Independence where our friend Greg is hooking us up on the TRACKHAWK. We have some big horned hawk logos that are going on both sides of the Jeep. So let's go in and see how it's coming. Oh my gosh, is that it?
It's already cut and ready.
Check this out. This is awesome.
Stick it on.
I love it. Look how big that is. So you just cut this out of a laser cutter, or I don't know, like some kind of plotter
it's a
machine?
graph tech cutter.
Yeah.
It's like a large format.
Wow.
It's up to 64 inches.
Check this thing out. That is cool. That is just gonna look totally rad on the side of this Jeep. I don't think we've ever seen it this clean before. So I guess you gotta like super prep the cars before you can put the vinyl on them, yeah?
Yeah.
This is gonna look great across the side of this car. I can't wait to get it out of here and see what it looks like. Man, she looks sick. I love it, love it, love it. This truck is just coming together so nicely. Unique Designs and Wrap did just a fantastic job with our Horned Hawk. We've got one on the passenger side as well, both sides. We got our Forziatos set up with a little spacer on them, so they're out where we want them. We've got our vinyl on it. Everything's looking good. We're about ready to wrap this thing up, but we do have a little bit of an issue. We've got injectors and fuel rails by 4, and we just can't figure out what fuel to run it on. We've tried E85, we've tried E85 racing fuel, we've tried 93, and no matter what we do, it just doesn't quite idle smoothly. So our friends up at Total Performance Racing in Fairfield, they're gonna dyno it out for us. They're gonna take a look at the injectors, figure out what we should be putting in this bad boy, and then this thing should be ready to rumble. So we've got a sick Hawk here. Our friends at Total Performance Racing, $1,200 later, have told us that unfortunately we have a